Today, let's ask the question, what are minimum auto insurance requirements? Auto insurance is a legal and financial safeguard that provides coverage in the event of accidents or unforeseen events on the road. Each state sets its own regulations regarding the minimum amount of insurance coverage a driver must carry. Understanding these minimum auto insurance requirements is essential for every vehicle owner to ensure compliance with the law and adequate protection. This article will delve into the basics of minimum auto insurance requirements, their significance, and the factors to consider when navigating this essential aspect of responsible vehicle ownership. First, what are minimum auto insurance requirements? Minimum auto insurance requirements refer to the least amount of coverage a driver must carry to legally operate a vehicle in a specific state. These requirements are established by state authorities and typically include different types of coverage, such as liability, which covers damage to others in an at-fault accident. There are different types of minimum coverage. First, that liability, which is fundamental as a component to minimum auto insurance requirements. It includes two key elements: bodily injury liability, covering medical expenses for others injured in an accident, and property damage liability, covering damages to another person's property. Uninsured and underinsured motorist coverage. Some states mandate a driver carry coverage that protects them in the event of an accident involving a motorist who has either no insurance or insufficient coverage. Unfortunately, these types of coverage for underinsured and uninsured motorists have become more and more necessary. Personal injury protection, PIP, or medical payments coverage. In certain states, drivers are required to carry coverage for their medical expenses or those of their passengers, irrespective of fault. Significance of minimum auto insurance requirements. First, it's a legal compliance issue. Meeting the minimum auto insurance requirements is a legal obligation in nearly every state. Failure to comply with these regulations can result in penalties, fines, and in severe cases, the suspension of driving privileges. Also, financial protection. Minimum coverage ensures a basic level of financial protection both for the driver and other parties involved in an accident. This helps in covering medical expenses, property damage, and other related costs. Let's discuss a few factors influencing minimum requirements. First, state regulations. Each state has its own set of regulations governing auto insurance industries. Minimum requirements can vary significantly from one state to another, so it's crucial for drivers to be aware of and adhere to the specific rules in their jurisdiction. Vehicle type and value. The type and value of the vehicle can influence minimum coverage requirements. For instance, a state might mandate higher coverage for a luxury vehicle compared to a standard sedan, and the driver's record can also impact. A driver's history, including any past accidents or traffic violations, can impact the minimum coverage required. Those with a history of accidents may be required to carry higher coverage. Understanding liability limits. Within the realm of minimum auto insurance requirements, liability limits are crucial. These limits determine the maximum amount the insurance company will pay for damages in the event of an accident. The limits are typically expressed as three numbers, such as 25, 50, 25. The first number represents the maximum payout for bodily injury per person, the second for bodily injury per accident, and the third for property damage. Additional considerations. First, might need to consider some gap insurance. While meeting the minimum requirements is mandatory, some drivers opt for additional coverage such as gap insurance. This type of coverage bridges the gap between the actual cash value of a vehicle and the amount owed on an auto loan or lease. Also, collision and comprehensive coverage. While not always part of a minimum requirement, collision and comprehensive coverage provide added protection. Collision coverage handles damages resulting from accidents, while comprehensive coverage covers non-collision events like theft, vandalism, or natural disasters. In conclusion, understanding and meeting minimum auto insurance requirements is a fundamental aspect of responsible vehicle ownership. It not only ensures legal compliance, but also provides a basic level of financial protection for drivers and other parties involved in accidents. While meeting the minimum is essential, it is advisable for drivers to assess their individual needs and consider additional coverage options for comprehensive protection. By being informed and proactive, drivers can navigate the complexities of auto insurance, safeguard their financial well-being, and enjoy the type of peace of mind that comes with adequate coverage while driving on the road.